Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us for another news and weather update here on the WITN First Alert Desk. We do have some breaking news coming into our newsroom within the last few minutes. Two men have been arrested and are charged with multiple felonies, including second-degree murder in connection to an overdose death that happened in Beaufort last year. So we do have some information about the two men who were arrested. 26-year-old LaDavian Manning and 24-year-old Kevin Milliken have been arrested in the death of the 25-year-old Riley Gleason of Beaufort. Beaufort Police, as well as the Carteret County Sheriff's Office and the North Carolina State Bureau of Investigation. They were involved in a joint investigation after Gleason was found unresponsive in her home on May 26, 2024, and she was taken to Carteret Healthcare in Morehead City, but did pass away the following day on May 27th of last year. Authorities say that they have been investigating this case and revealed that Manning and Milliken had sold both fentanyl and cocaine to Gleason on May 25th of 2024. Officials say that Beaufort police officers, SBI agents, Wake County deputies and Morrisville police had arrested Manning, who is from the Morrisville area, on May 2nd of this year for his connection in the death. He was taken into custody May 2nd. And then on June 3rd, just a few days ago, officials say that Milliken was taken into custody, and both are currently being held. Manning is in the Carteret County Detention Center, and Milliken is in Chatham County because he was arrested in that area, and he is being taken to Carteret County to face trial proceedings. But both men have been charged with multiple felonies, including second-degree murder, death by distribution, and selling and delivering Schedule II controlled substances. Both have been additionally charged with other charges, including Manning has been charged with selling and delivering fentanyl, and Milliken is facing charges like possession of cocaine, maintaining a vehicle dwelling for selling controlled substances, drug paraphernalia possession, and also possession of a Scheduled IV substance. Like we said, both are in custody. Both are facing do have pretty high bonds. Manning is facing a $750,000 bond, and Milliken is under a $1 million bond. We're going to continue keeping our coverage up to date with all of this information, and if we get more information, we will be happy to share it with you here on the WITN News Desk, as well as on our newscast later today. Now, Russell's going to join us, and he's going to talk a little bit about what we're seeing in the weather.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing some activity right now on our First Alert Live radar on this First Alert weather day. We're going to be watching out for some downpours, maybe some gusty winds from time to time, and it's definitely picking up mainly south of our viewing area. So we're going to go ahead and dive straight into our forecast as of right now. So again, First Alert weather day continues for today. 1/2 inch to 2 inches of rainfall will be possible at times, and this is a live look currently at Morehead City. Temperature sitting at 77 degrees. Got a southeast breeze at 5 miles an hour. It's definitely wet right along Highway 70. Been around Pine Knoll Shores, starting to see some rain activity, beginning to pick up more intensity over towards North Topsail Beach and stretching over towards the Holly Ridge, Sloop Point area. And then once you work your way up towards the north, some of the light rain also beginning to stretch its way into Goldsboro, Snow Hill, also into Wilson. So this is part of a large weather system that's producing a lot of showers and storms, even more activity off the coast. And earlier this morning, I was talking to Gigi, a little bit earlier about how we're looking at our infrared satellite imagery, and anytime you start seeing those brighter oranges and darker reds popping up, that's an indication of very large thunderstorm tops. And so a lot of that activity is pushing in the north-northeasterly direction. So areas from Jacksonville over into New Bern and stretching along the Highway 17 corridor just needs to keep a close eye on these storms as we go throughout the rest of today. So our morning planning forecast, again, a couple breaks from time to time, but then the rain beginning to increase more so in coverage as we head later on into the afternoon hours. We'll have a southeast breeze at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. So for those of you that are going to be traveling out and about today, just be extra careful on the roadways. Again, not a total washout, couple breaks, periods of light rain in between, but then as quick as we'll have a break, another round will move in. with this tropical air mass. But then once we get towards around 11:30, midnight tonight, we start seeing the rain beginning to diminish. And then going into tomorrow morning, can't rule out a few isolated showers, especially across areas around Williamson and Windsor. And then we'll start to see at least some breakage in the cover throughout the afternoon. Some of the latest guidance now indicating that we could see temperatures approaching the high 80s by Friday afternoon. And then going into Saturday morning, we'll start off into the 80s at 9:30 in the morning. So it's already going to be a rough start. More thunderstorms on tap, maybe a little bit of severe weather heading into Saturday, and then we'll clear out heading into Saturday evening. And again, an additional ½ inch to an inch of rain will be likely across a good chunk of the area. 1 to 2 inches certainly possible. So we're going to be watching out for this rain all throughout the next several days. And again, as mentioned, we have a few viewers here that's been mentioning that's been raining across Maysville and Jacksonville, and of course Tony Horn mentioning as well that we have some more rain on the way. So again, here's a look at your 8-day forecast. First alert weather day today, highs into the mid 70s. We're going to climb up to around 84 on Friday. Showers early, clearing out later in the afternoon. And then Saturday, 92 degrees, heat index values climbing close to 100 degrees by the late afternoon and evening. So we're talking between 3 and around 7 p.m. is where we'll see the peak heating at that time. And then going into next week, unsettled pattern, highs into the 80s, overnight lows into the mid to upper 60s. So again, a lot to talk about.
Yeah, and Russell, we do have a comment from Amanda asking around what time will the heavy rain start in the Maysville, Jacksonville area?
So basically from around 10 a.m. to around 1 p.m. in the afternoon is when the rain's going to be starting up to. You've got a couple cells right there along the Folkestone area along Pebble Shore Drive that's been making its way towards the north at about 30 miles per hour. So yes, if you're watching from Maysville, Swansboro, over towards Sneeze Ferry, Sloop Point, stretching back towards Holly Ridge, all right, along that Highway 17 stretch, expect the rain coverage to continue to increase over the next few hours. Even along Carteret County, Southern Craven, Havelock, and then going up into Jones County, rain is going to continue to increase. And I've been watching that cluster of thunderstorms just off the coast as well.
All right, awesome. Well, thanks for keeping us updated, Russell, and thank you all for joining us this morning. Just want to say hello to Billy George in the comments as well from Emerald Isle. It's damp around the edges. Yeah, we're seeing some rain coming around.
And I was looking at that radar image earlier around Carteret County. There was one question on my personal Facebook page about why it doesn't look the rain is falling in Morehead City even though it's already wet. Sometimes the rain falls underneath the radar beam itself. It sort of shoots out like an angle. So rain is definitely being reported right now across Carteret County. We also have some of the reports here from our local viewers. So again, we'll keep you covered throughout the day. Dustin Staples will be here. He'll give you the 10 a.m. update as well as he'll be doing the noon, and I believe the 3 o'clock this afternoon. Charlie is out for today, but then just stay tuned for the weather information as well. Also, Zach Holder will be in tonight at 4 p.m. Give you the latest about the weather across the east.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Russell, and thank you all for joining us. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you.